Good evening, it's Brian at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. I want to show you this really nice 2015. This is a 152 Honda Civic 1.6 diesel, and this is an SI model. Brian is my name. If there's any information you want on this particular car, please do give me a shout. 086 843 1945. Call, text or WhatsApp, whatever suits. We are a family run business in operation for almost 70 years. So there's Honda, Maxall, Hyundai, and further up the road up here there is also Mercedes as well, and garages in Ace Carlow and Tullamore. So if you're spending a lot of money on a nice car like this, you know there's going to be an after sale service because it's a family run business in operation for such a long time. Anyway, let's have a look at the car. This is a really nice car, really nice spec. It's a really, the wheels actually, the big thing on these cars, they have the 17-inch upgrade wheels. So the sport model is really popular, but this SI just makes it a little bit more distinctive looking. Let's have a look. So the car is in very nice condition throughout, and the colour is what's called Brilliant Sport Blue. The first thing at the very back of the car, parking sensors are standard along the back of this SI. After that then, as we see low down on the bumper, there is a big black diffuser along there which breaks up the rear end of the car, but also matches the wheels and arches on the side, which we'll see in a sec. If we have a look up along here, the rear window is tinted, the bottom section is tinted, nice big black section along there. SI in particular, the difference on the back is obviously we have an SI badge, and the first significant feature that is unique to SI along here is this spoiler, which is colour coded. So this is not on the normal models, unique to SI. And the other thing I actually like about the SI is when you're behind the car, you can see the wheels are a little bit wider than they are on the normal sport model, so it just gives it that kind of chunkier looking look to the car, because it is a wider profile on the wheel overall, because normally the Sport came with 16s, but these SIs came with 17s. The rear lights on a 2015 facelift Civic are these nice single LED all the way around. These are actually to deflect air off the rear of the car in the most aerodynamic way possible, and actually the bottom of these cars as well, all the way down underneath, is actually flat, and the reason for that is so air can't get trapped in areas, which is going to reduce the aerodynamic efficiencies, or in other words increase the drag from the air on the car. So they actually really do think these cars out well. The previous owner on this car, all day long he was doing 4 to 4.1 litres per 100 kilometres. That is way into the high 60s miles per gallon range, which is quite impressive. Just about 70 or so miles per gallon if you think old school like myself in terms of figures. Okay, so as we said, parking sensors up along through there. We'll have a look. There's also a camera that goes with that too. In terms of the rear of the car, this car is just in, so it hasn't been cleaned yet, so but it's been maintained well. The boot is quite big overall on these cars, and then after that we can also lift up this area along through here if we want, and then drop down that along through there as well. So just bear in mind, it does need a quick clean up and hoover. The car's just come in, I just wanted to get it advertised this evening, that's all. But just easy to clean, cosmetic, little bit of dirt in the boot that you'd expect on any car. After that then, specifically on SI, those rear windows are tinted. So if you have a look at the front window, it's got a UV tint. The rear window over here is tinted, which also coordinates with the rear window. And the black diffuser along here coordinates nicely with these black wheel arches and these lovely 17-inch piano black wheels. After that, as we were saying, this is the facelift in 2015. So there's an old model and a new model in 15. This is the new model. Down along here, you'll know the new models because they have this style of taillight. They have these mouldings down on the doors for protection and also for aesthetics and how they look. And then after that, the front end of the 2015 facelift models is really aggressive looking compared to the previous ones. The previous ones are quite nice, but you always know of 15 because it's got big chunky areas on the bumper around here which make it look a little bit fatter. After that, daytime running lights down along through here, double optic headlights in through there, and after that then, as we were saying, the big grills on the front. And again, keeping with the black theme that we saw on the back of the car and coming up with the arches and the wheels on the front, is this black section on the front bumper, and the grille is honeycomb here. Normally underneath they are slatted grills in through here, but as an SI you get a nice honeycomb effect on the grille all the way across. So again, keeping that nice sporty kind of theme throughout the car. After that then, parking sensors are standard along the back of that car as well. So while we're outside here, let's have a look in the back. You will have Rear electrics, nice trim along the doors, child locks back through here, and then after that right angle door, which makes these cars really easy to get in and out of, or to put children in and out of also as well. The seats are in good condition and they fold, so you got a tall mode here, basically if you want to put something unusual in the rear of the car. And then after that, if you want to let the seat back down into the normal position, you just drop it like so. There is 3 head restraints, there is 3 3-point safety belts, and this seat will fold forward, down and flat as well, so quite easy to load up that car, and actually you'll get pretty much the same sort of space that's in a car style van. Same sort of material on the driver's door, usual things like electrics for windows and mirrors. And once we step into the car, down here with my lovely shoes, you can see there is aluminium pedals, which are quite nice. It gives good grip, and they look quite nice as well. Cruise control is going to be standard. Over here, controls for radio from here, an IMID selector, so from this button here I control things like how much fuel I've got left, average speed, fuel efficiency, all that kind of information through there. My speedo's up through here. This is telling me if I've my cruise control turned on. I've got my revolution counter in through here, I've got fuel over there, and I've got temperature in through there. As we're saying, there's parking sensors front and rear on this car, and after that then height of the lights in through here, traction control over there. This steering wheel is rake reach, so I can go basically up, down, in and out as well, so nice adjustments there on the car depending how you sit, and obviously the seat I'm in is height adjustable as well. This is the view that you will have looking over here. Then we will have our heating controls down through there, so my side over here, passenger side over there, front and rear windscreen demisters and all that kind of stuff. Nice 6-gear forward gearbox, and that will produce a reverse camera with dynamic guidelines as well. And after that, and it's a nice feel, it's quite a nice gearbox to change all the way up and through, so it's kind of it's quite sporty actually. Drinks holders in through here, and then 12 volt power. This is just a little piece of plastic. USB, HDMI if you want to play a video up through here, and then after that 12 volt outlet. In terms of the screen in the center, if I press OK here, I get information in there, which is going to be touch and swipe, and basically audio information, phone information, general settings, trip information, and in through here then I have all my Android stuff like a web browser, a calendar and a clock and all that stuff. And it just means that if you have your internet connection from your phone, you can basically use it like a tablet overall, so it's quite cool overall. The other thing about an SI as well is difficult to see in this light, but the black headliner is unique to an SI, so that headliner along there is all black, and again just keeping with the sporty theme. The seats again are in nice condition in the front, but you'll see that yourself. We have to clean the car up. Bluetooth is down through here, driver's airbag, passenger airbag, curtain airbag, side impact protection airbag, and then you'll have stability control. Things like stability control, you'll also have, I'm just going to move the car here because somebody's trying to get out. Stability control, anti-lock brakes, emergency brake assist. Basically, there's an excellent safety rating in the car. They're very, very planted. And what's nice about these cars overall is as well, especially in an SI, they're rare. You don't see them that much. They're a car, will say that if you want something that's a little bit different, they're definitely worth looking at. After that then, the other things as well is they are €180 per year for road tax, and as we were saying, fuel efficiency is bonkers on these. You are into very close to 70 miles per gallon range quite easily. The guy that had this, he's gone into a petrol car now because he doesn't need a diesel as much anymore, because I suppose he's I think he's changed his driving cycle in terms of job, but he really did a good job in terms of keeping the car tidy, and also in terms of how he drove it, in terms of attaining fuel efficiency and all that kind of stuff as well. So this car, I think these 152s are great value. New model facelift 2015s are great value because they're almost half price of what they were only 3 years ago. And the car, like, you know, there's 10 plus years of driving in a car like that for the kind of money that it's priced at the moment. So I think they're really good value overall, and that engine is super because yes, it is fuel efficient, it's easy to run, but it's actually fun. So when you put your foot down, so what I mean by that is they are 120 horsepower. So if we start off basically in, say for example, second gear, we're doing what, 20 kilometers an hour. This is normal kind of driving. If we put our foot down basically and just floor the car, see how quickly it gets up through the gears. Or similarly, in a more realistic kind of situation as well, third gear, say you're going out onto a motorway, you're doing about maybe, well okay, not quite a motorway, but 47 kilometers an hour, floor the car right now, look at the pull, it's a 1.6 diesel engine. Sorry, this camera is not so good. It's kind of like a head cam of sorts, so it can be a bit hit and miss, but let's try that once more. Second gear, floored. Into third. It's really good. Anyway, you don't have to take my word for it. Please do come drive the car yourself, and I think you will see for a car that is frugal and it's easy to run, it's actually fun to drive as well, and that has been the problem, I think, for the last few years. There were so many diesel engines that were out there in various cars, very, very frugal, but everyone forgot about people like to have a bit of fun when they're driving. Anyway, so if you want to come see this car, please do give me a shout. 086843, call, text, WhatsApp, whatever suits. We do trade-ins, so no matter what car you have, any car at all, we can make you an offer on it. And after that then we organise finance, because we deal with all the major lenders as well, and pretty much over 3/4 of the people buying these cars are putting it through some sort of financial agreement, so we can go through all that kind of stuff with you. So if you want a really nice tidy, well actually hang on, two things. If you want a really nice tidy car that's frugal, that's fun to drive, looks a bit different, it's well equipped, that car is definitely worth looking at. If you want a Civic Si, definitely that car is worth looking at. If you want a Civic Diesel 2015, that car is worth looking at. And I think we actually have it very, very well priced as well. So hopefully this car is of interest to you. Thank you for taking time to watch.